Dr. Vageshwari Deshwal, let me bring you in to this picture. Is the state right in raising the medical risk concerns? Let's talk about the medical practicality of all of this as well. Who should have the final say legally, the court, the doctor, or the parents? And the Supreme Court made it quite clear. The parents will decide, AIIMS will not decide.
See, this is a debate which is basically pro-choice versus pro-life. Even the state is not totally wrong, because there are concerns that at this stage, if the pregnancy should be continued with or not. And of course, the final call has to rest with the girl's parents, because they are the guardians. Either the girl herself has to take a call, but now in this case, since she's a minor, so it has to rest with the parents. But of course, you cannot saddle a girl or her parents with the responsibility of an unwanted child. In this case, it is the result of a rape. Now, what the state does in such cases, that even if we have to carry the baby to the full term, the baby is to be delivered, and thereafter the baby is to be kept in foster care and later on handed over for adoption. Now, herein what the doctors are saying is that at this stage, abortion would be very risky for the girl. And that is why they want to continue with the baby, because abortion would be risky. Carrying the child to full term would increase chances of the baby's survival also. Okay, so at least the child would be healthy when it is born. And the child, because if we are talking about that pro-life debate also, the child also has a right to a healthy life. See, beyond 24 weeks, it is the medical opinion that has to be taken. Of course, the final decision rests with the parents. But of course, this is something which needs to be deliberated upon. We cannot just say without knowing the exact condition of the child. There is a medical board which has been constituted by AIIMS, in which you have a radiologist, you have a pediatrician, a gynecologist, there's a psychologist. So there are multiple people who have to put their heads together and decide. So they have given their opinion. Finally, let's see what the court has to say.
Court has put out its own statement and verdict. Are doctors being put in a difficult ethical position here? There are ethics at play over here as well. Should medical boards have the final say? A lot of people questioning that as well.
See, India has always adopted a pro-choice stand. See, we got the Medical Termination Pregnancy Act way back in the year 1971. That was 2 years before America got its first decision in Roe versus Wade, wherein they allowed any right to abortion. That is another story altogether, that they've now gone back on that in Dobbs versus Jackson. So India has always maintained a pro-choice stand. We've had very progressive judgments earlier also, and especially after this 2021 amendment, courts have been very clear that, see, it is foremost, it is the woman's body. The child within the mother's body is also a part of the mother till the time the child is born alive. Moreover, there's always this debate whether life begins at conception or whether life begins after the child develops a heartbeat. So India has been very clear. We do not believe that life begins at conception. We are like that till the time the child doesn't develop a heartbeat, till 20 weeks. Only the advice of one doctor is required. From 20 to 24, 2 doctors, and that to mind it. When the doctor's advice is being sought, that is not about the condition of the child. There, the pressing concern is whether the mother is in good health, whether it is okay for her to miscarry or abort the child at that stage. So overall, we have always prioritized the mother's health. Herein again, I believe that the medical board is not only talking about the child, they are equally concerned about the mother's health also. So that is why they've been asked their opinion. That is what they've kept before the courts. Now, finally, it is for the courts to decide. And let me tell you, it's an ethical dilemma also. Nobody can have the heart to stop a beating heart, irrespective of whatever the reasons were behind this. So, of course, it puts us all in a dilemma. Judges, I believe they are wise enough and they'll take a very, very informed decision, and the medical board's decision will help them take the decision in this regard.